Right, I'm not gonna waste time. I'm gonna get straight into it. I saw this trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I noticed something interesting in the trailer. You'll see in a minute. So, 15 seconds. Just listen to what it says. They literally admit all these hints, like in TV shows, music videos, films, they continuously mention this specific thing, even in the media.
Ready to fire, sir. Welcome to the New World Order. Fire! To the New World Order.
Right there. There is no defending it at all. What has the New World Order got to do with Final Fantasy? Nothing. This is what I said. They literally put it in games. They don't even bother hiding it. They really don't. People say there's no such thing as the New World Order, no such thing as the Illuminati. Yet in every game that you play, every TV show that you watch, every music video that you listen to, always continuously mentions the New World Order this, the New World Order that. The amount of TV shows and the amount of movies that I've seen that have mentioned the New World Order, I can list them off. Transformers, the movie where it has, I think, Optimus Prime. There is a certain scene as Mark Wahlberg, that Pacific one, where there's a scene in it and they go, "This is the New World Order now. They're the ones that call the shots." That's one movie. This New World Order, months upon months upon months upon months ago, Ukraine on the news said, "We fight for this new world order." So many movies have mentioned this word, New World Order. What is a New World Order? A government, a New World Order. Everyone's under their control. Even, what was it now? I've started watching basically superhero movies a long time ago. That was it, Captain America. Even in one of the Captain America movies, there's a computer basically in the movie, and they admit they bring up the New World Order again. Multiple movies that keep mentioning the New World Order. You think it's just the same as 9/11? They did the same with that. And in movies, they mention the thing martial law because a New World Order is going to happen. I mean, then again, you're already in it. New World Order means everybody under surveillance, everybody under the control of the government. So they keep mentioning the New World Order constantly in video games, TV shows, music videos, list goes on. I was never really a massive fan of Final Fantasy, never really was, until I played 7. These are the games that I played: 7, the original, the remake, then Final Fantasy 10. That one is, if you don't grind in that game, then good luck getting anywhere in the game. Also, a lot of the Final Fantasy games, you have to grind just to even get past the boss. It's ridiculous. Also, there's an endgame boss that is so overpowered that if you don't use 9999 damage, you ain't gonna defeat it. Also, you can summon things in that game. Again, what is summoning? It's like summoning spirits, demons, it's witchcraft. See, these games are heavily involved with witchcraft and all that. Oh, it's just fantasy. It's just fantasy. Well, guess what? Witchcraft isn't fantasy. It's a reality. Doesn't matter whether it's a fantasy or not. It really does not matter because these games promote what they promote. They promote witchcraft, sorcery, and the world sees witchcraft and sorcery as a good thing. It's in so many RPG games, role playing games, from games like The Witcher, anime, basically games like Genshin Impact. List goes on. They're trying to normalize witchcraft, but there is no defending it. It clearly said what it said. It clearly said what it said. We'll go back and play it one more time. Turn the volume down because I noticed it was way too loud.
At least, that's what everyone's saying. This sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir. Welcome to the New World Order.
Yeah, I don't have a clue who this guy is because I never really completed the original. I only played so far. This was when I was a kid. I only played so far with Final Fantasy. I got about as far as where you're running around. I got to about part 2, the second disc. That was it. Didn't get any further than that. So, and I believe they're rewriting it anyway. They're not even staying to the original game. So this is not going to be the same as the original game. And they brought a certain individual back again. I'm not going to mention what it is, obviously, for YouTube's reasons. But that Bumblebee guy that was in the first one. So they just had to bring him back again. As we all know, these games have become woke now. We already know that. Anyone that knows what I'm on about, that's played that game, it's the part where Cloud dresses up as a girl, and then there's that guy in that Bumblebee, basically, club. So these games have always been about agendas. They always have. I played a lot of them. As I said, I played 7, the original, 7, the remake, 10, Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 16. Those are the only ones that I've played. I've heard the rest of them are completely difficult. 12 I've heard is just the gameplays itself. 8 I believe is beyond difficult. 9 I haven't played it. And then you have X2, which I only played a few minutes of, and it started to annoy me. Because again, they changed like the where you upgrade the system. That's what they do with every Final Fantasy. They just can't keep it the same. The best upgrading system in a Final Fantasy game was X, basically 10. They had to ruin it with the X2. It was so complicated to even understand what you got to upgrade. You literally have to walk with a lot of these games. You have to look up a guide just to even understand the basic upgrading system. It's dumb. That's why I lost interest with these games. Because if I have to literally look up a guide just to know how to upgrade, it's trash. It really is. So we have that. Then these are the ones that I played. 10. One of the most irritating games that I've ever played in my entire life. Games started off easy, but if you don't grind in these games, you ain't getting very far. That's just a fact. You ain't getting anywhere. So you can clearly see the all-seeing eye right there. This game is doing things like summoning and all that. basically, I think it was Una or whatever. She's like what you would call a witch. She summons entities. Anyone that's played the entire game and knows what happens at the end, she basically takes on multiple summonings. And then we all know what happens at the end of the game. And then you have this is that was another one that I've played, Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Basically, this one. You'll see right here what you see, the combo, basically the critical limited time, 666. Found this interesting. Why did it have to be 666? Again, Mark of the Beast. That's literally what it is. And if you think this is fake and ain't in the game, that was another one. Right there. 666. You can hit the combo in the game. It's called 666. So yeah, the Mark of the Beast right in your face. So these games, like I said, are full of witchcraft. They're full of sorcery as witchcraft. Well, that's what they do. They justify it in these games. Oh, it's just fantasy. It's just fantasy. It's a role-playing game. Well, witchcraft is what it is. They're normalizing it before your face. They literally are. They are normalizing witchcraft before your eyes. It's just a fact. And yet these fanboys defend it. What is the purpose of Final Fantasy 16? Didn't show the clip, but it is clearly an anti-God message at the end of the game. It very clearly is. I know it off by heart. There's basically the whole entire purpose is basically Clive gets these special powers like the Phoenix and all that, and then the main guy that created people, there's Odin. There's a guy that talks about Odin, and then he talks about God, and then you end up killing him. Then near the end of the game, there's what's supposed to this guy that's supposed to represent God or whatever, or a false God. You end up killing him. You reject salvation. Clive starts basically criticizing, saying, "Oh, we reject your salvation," and all that. So it's clear what message that had. Reject God. It's very clear these games are anti-God. They're not for God. Anyone that says they are for God is lying because they promote witchcraft. And anyone that says they don't promote witchcraft, it even says it in the game, magic. That's witchcraft. Again, this is Final Fantasy X. You notice the symbols. There's an eye, one eye symbolism. And most of this, I believe, is witchcraft language because games like God of War Ragnarok and God of War and Hellblade, they've admitted, and if you look at the language in God of War, they want to say, oh, it's just Nordic Viking language. No, it's not. It's witchcraft language. They've admitted it. All that language that you see in God of War and Ragnarok and Hellblade is real witchcraft language and symbols. So literally when they're saying these spells in the game, they're probably saying real witchcraft spells. The developers have admitted that they've actually practiced real witchcraft on shows. So yeah, it's not Nordic language. It's witchcraft because again, even the Vikings and that were into witchcraft to start with. And then here's a clip. Watch this. Again, it's called the Rod of Wisdom, and then an all-seeing eye pops up. And then you have like the serpent wrapped around this pole. Again, another eyeball there. It's called the Rod of Wisdom. Yeah, they're calling it the Rod of Wisdom. Yeah, it's witchcraft. So again, witchcraft is wisdom. You clearly saw what popped up. There's no defending it. So we'll go back. Right there. That same symbol pops up. This is in the game. Then you have this. You can clearly see the all-seeing eye there. And as I said, all of this is just witchcraft language. It's as simple as that. I don't care what anyone says. And again, even in this, you have the multiple all-seeing eye. Again, this guy basically has an all-seeing eye in his head, most likely referring to the opening of the third eye. And then again, this thing here, you can basically have something that looks like this as a summon. So as you can clearly see, you can use witchcraft in this game. 2, if you don't grind, I grinded a lot in this game, I'm not even joking. I grinded until all my characters were about, I got Luna to about almost 35, I think it was 33,000 or something like that health. Yeah, 3,000 health. I got Yuna is basically the most useful one. I almost got her to about 7k health. That is the best one to basically upgrade. You don't upgrade Yuna and you don't upgrade the summons. Good luck with this game. You ain't gonna get very far. And you can see like this beast thing, it's got like a serpent, a snake as its tail. And it looks like a damn Baphomet. You can have a summon that looks like this. Again, summoning is witchcraft. So Yuna is a witch. That's what she is. Oh, but she's using witchcraft in the game for good. Don't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody uses... There is no good witchcraft. God made that clear. There is no good witchcraft. It's all evil. So you can't defend it. Again, this guy here, same guy from before. You can clearly see he's got an all-seeing eye in his head. And then again, this Shiva. These are the summons that you got, that you can summon in the game. Shiva. So you get Shiva, you get Anima, which is one of the most overpowered, basically one of the most overpowered basically summons in the game. If you don't get him, and you don't grind in this game, as I said, good luck defeating the end of the game. You ain't gonna do it. Because the boss at the end of the game is so ridiculously stupid and overpowered that I almost deleted the game. It was that bad. He just constantly keeps healing himself every single time that you attack him. It's a joke of a game. And that's why a lot of these games, they're not that popular anymore. Because again, people don't want to grind their entire life just to get past the boss. So you get Shiva. I forgot the other ones that you have. You get Shiva. She basically shoots out like ice and creates like these diamond. One of her abilities, I believe, is called Diamond. So ice, fire, water. Use all these things in the game. Use ice, fire, thunder, water. You can even turn somebody into a zombie. But it doesn't work with a lot of the bosses. It only works with the Pacific one. And it works with the end game boss. And as you can clearly see, there she is right there. Shiva. So acting like Shiva would be on your side. It's a joke. And there you go again with the all-seeing eye. And this is the place where you get Anima. Literally, you have to grind in the game just to even get him. And then you have to grind even further. Make sure how I defeat the end of the game to start with, I had to grind every single summon, so they all had overdrive instantly, and then get 999 damage. And you just use that right at the start of the fight. You use it on all of the summons. That's the only way you can beat the end game boss, because it's that broken. That broken of a boss fight that he can just instantly keep healing himself over and over again. And he attacks you like 5 times in a row. It's ridiculous. Now, if they did this in gaming today, wouldn't fly. And this is basically Final Fantasy 15. Played the entire game. You have Shiva again. Now again, even in Final Fantasy 16, Jill. I believe it's Jill. What can she transform into? Shiva. And Shiva basically, as you can see, is about ice and frozen stuff. Anything that when she's around, things get pure cold and turn into like ice. Which again, and you can summon her in the game as well. You can summon a Titan, you can summon her. There's other ones, but I didn't need them because the game's that easy, which is not a bad thing. But you can summon her in certain fights if you get down too much. There's some bosses in this game that are overpowered and ridiculous. Didn't bother wasting me time with them. Really didn't. I just played the main game. So a lot of the Final Fantasy games I played, so I know what they're about. So nobody can tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just an idiot. I played a lot of the games. I grew up with them. So I know what they're about. They're about witchcraft, every single one is. Playing the hero. And to upgrade a lot of your gear, you have to use enchantment-like things, which is witchcraft. So there's no defending it. Again, basically Shiva, you can ask about the past, you can ask about the future, acting like acting like they're God or something, that they can know the future and the past. There's only one person that can know the future and the past. It's called God. These are fake gods, false gods, but that's what they promote in these games. Not once have they ever promoted the actual real God. They just promote this nonsense with these summons, these demons. You can summon multiple things in multiple of the games. We all know that one of them's woke, Chrono Trigger. I made a video about it on BitChute. So yeah, these games are nothing but agendas. That's all they are. But the fanboys will defend it because a lot of the Final Fantasy fan base has got an idolatry problem. They really have. Me, if a game's satanic or a game and this is the end game boss. This is now this boss was easy. You can't die. You literally cannot die. You'll constantly be revived over and over again. That's what you can do. And this is the last fight. Use all of your summons to defeat it. That's basically what you do, and you can clearly see what's on it. The all-seeing eye, the one-eye symbolism. So again, why is it used constantly in Final Fantasy? Because again, the all-seeing eye is always associated with witchcraft, isn't it? Psychic reading. They use the one-eye symbolism, or the one eye inside the hand, because it's connected to witchcraft, psychic reading, and stuff like that. And readings in itself, tarot cards, and all that are connected to witchcraft. Why do you think God said don't go to an enchanter, don't go to a psychic reading? Because again, they're in contact with demons and they're using witchcraft. How do you think that some of them are able to know what's going to happen? Some of them are just fake and just scammers, but the ones that do get it right are in contact with demons and they're using witchcraft. That's exactly why God said don't do it, because they're involved in witchcraft, and you can basically open yourself up to demons in your life, and it's your own fault. Nothing good comes from getting a psychic reading, nothing at all. It's all garbage anyway. Most of them are scammers. They really are. But yeah, so in that clip, they clearly said, "Welcome to the New World Order." Again, never, that wasn't in the original as far as I know. I never completed part 2, but as far as I know, it was not in the original game. So, why do they keep mentioning "Welcome to the New World Order" in constant games? Because again, Hollywood, the gaming industry, they're all here to deceive you. That's exactly what they're used for. The only reason that I play video games in the first place, some of them are exposed. 2, I use it to cope with this satanic fallen world. You cannot live in this world, and you can't live in this world and not associate with anything. It's literally impossible unless you live in the middle of nowhere. If you live in the middle of nowhere, then yeah, it's easy. You're not associated with anything. I just use them to cope with this world. That's all I use them for. And if a game is satanic or full of symbolism, I expose it. Because I don't have an idolatry problem. And I'm not a fanboy. So yeah, when they continuously or play it one more time, and the reason this is in 720p because when I downloaded it wouldn't let me download it in 1080p for some reason. So we'll go back.
Hi, sir. Welcome to the New World Order.
Yeah. See, so I don't want to get them for, and you can see you can fight like these things. You got a serpent there. I'm not gonna play much of the clip because we all know it'll probably get claimed. But you can clearly see like a viper here. Man, you can clearly see. And mostly you can probably, I don't know much about part 2, like I said. But considering that Final Fantasy now has gone woke with 16, this is probably going to be full of some garbage, most likely, because it's open. They've added more. It's going to be open world. You can do races. You can do more things than you could do in the original. So most likely, this is going to be a woke, full of some woke garbage, because that's what gaming is now. Trash. So I clearly showed right there the New World Order. There's no defending it. There really isn't. And you even look at a lot of Final Fantasy games. Again, a lot of them. It's always about this summoning. Like even Sephiroth. He's clearly a demon. I played the game multiple times. Anyone that's played Tactics. No, actually, it wasn't Tactics. It was Crisis Core. Anyone that's played Crisis Core and the entire story of it, what are these guys about? The angels that have lost their wings. That's what they explain through the story. That's what their wings are about. That they were an angel or a fallen angel. They lost the wings. That's why they've only got one. It also explained more of what they really were but I played it a long time ago, so. But Sephiroth, if you look at his eyes, he's clearly got lizard slit eyes right here. See the lizard slit eye? He's a demon. So, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, you work with this guy. So you basically work with a demon. Sephiroth is a demon. What did you even look up? If you don't believe it, didn't mean to click on that. You look up demon eyes. What did he look like? Like lizard slit. You see right there the like lizard slit? Right there. Permanent demon eyes. This is a demon. Sephiroth. I don't know why I decided to do that. But you look at Sephiroth. Look at his eyes. He's a demon. So yeah, these things are demons. And they're basically trying to get you to, again, because there's a lot of people that lust over Sephiroth. Oh, look at Sephiroth. You're lusting over a demon. And two, I think it's just a joke anyway. That's what they want you anyway. You can clearly see he's a demon. And there's the basically the collection. You get Sephiroth. Basically, Sephiroth, the demon fallen angel, as a statue. Just like Final Fantasy 16 that I exposed. I exposed that. But I played a lot of these games, so what I said, nobody can use that stupid, silly argument and go, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You probably haven't even played them. I played a lot of them, all of them. Well, not all of them. I played a lot of them. Not every single one of them, because a lot of them are trash. And that's just my opinion. Basically, the really old ones where you have to grind, they are straight trash. They really are. If that was in a game if you put grinding in a Final Fantasy game today, people just turn it off. That's why a lot of them are trash. Because that is the main thing of a lot of these role-playing games. You gotta grind. It's boring. It really is boring. So you can clearly say, the Fallen Angels. I'll even show you. Crisis. Because I actually completed this game. If you don't believe me, go and look up my PlayStation profile. There's a lot of games that I completed. Because unlike some people, I'm not a fake gamer. So, I was trying to find the guy. You have him with one wing there. You literally have him with one, and you can use summons in this one as well. I didn't use them, but because I couldn't defeat half of the bosses, especially some of them, the only way you can defeat them is wait until the end game. But yeah, you can see one has a white angel wing, one has a black angel wing. There's another character that uses a sword that fights with Sephiroth. And that's where you find out the story of how they ended up with these wings. So in reality, there's playing it, acting like they're an angel, when in reality, they're evil. Because this character here, he's actually evil. He turns bad. He literally turns bad. As far as I know, he kills his own mother. It's as far as I remember. So yeah. I played a lot of these games. A lot of them. Even though they are fun games, I'm not going to deny that one. It promotes what it promotes. As I've said many times, even games that I like, just because I like them, just doesn't mean I'm not going to expose them. A lot of games that I've liked, the GTA franchise, the Resident Evil franchise, Silent Hill franchise, they're full of symbolism, but just because I like the games doesn't mean I ain't going to expose them. A lot of games that I like have got symbolism. This was the guy. At the start, he doesn't have the wings, but then, as you can clearly see, he eats like these apples, and these apples are part of people. Kind of reminds me of that game, Fairy, whatever it is. Give me a second. I might as well bring it up in this video. It's basically the same. Where is it now? No, that's not it. I think this is, yeah, this is it. Just give me a second. Delete. This is a game that I've been playing recently. Well, I stopped playing it actually for a while. I'm at like chapter 14. And even in this game, you always notice they promote this apple. This is like 13. You see this? This is a game called Sword and Fairy 7. You see what she's doing here? Basically, she's doing spells, and she throws up the devil horns. This is a Chinese game. That's what it is. It's not in English. The subtitles are in English, but just like with the Yakuza games, basically the speech is not in English, so you got to read it to understand. And even with this game, from what I played so far, the game is about heaven, and basically demons, stopping basically demons from destroying villages. They have like this force field to stop demons, and you have to constantly battle against them. This guy, basically the guy next to the girl, he comes down from the heavenly realm and is sent down, basically kicked out, and he joins the humans to fight against these beasts. This game promotes witchcraft as well. Just a lot of the role-playing games, fantasy games, like I said, promote witchcraft. But you'll have people out there justifying it. Oh, it's a role-playing game, it's a fantasy game, it doesn't matter. It's promoting witchcraft, throwing the devil horns up. That's why I always say constantly that these hand signs that you continuously keep throwing up, you can believe in God, what it doesn't really matter. If you can either believe in God or not, it's your choice. You've got a choice in life. But no matter what you believe, these hand signs are associated with witchcraft. That's exactly what they are. They are associated with witchcraft, because even in games like Ghostwire Tokyo, when he does the spells, he's throwing up satanic hand signs. It's time people wake up and realize that these hand signs are part of the occult. There's a reason they want you to throw them up. And there's a reason they've lied for years upon years. Oh, these are to cast demons away. Yeah, she's clearly practicing witchcraft here while throwing up the known occult hand signs. You should connect the dots by now. The witchcraft hand signs. Every time you throw them up, you're literally practicing witchcraft. you can laugh at that or deny it as much as you want. Why do you think celebrities do it a lot? Why do you think Michael Jackson, every time he done a performance, he constantly throwed it up and pointed it towards the audience? It's like a hypnotic, basically, spell on the audience. Again, devil horns. There you go, right there with the 666 hand sign. So these fantasy role-playing games, that's all they are. Nothing but devil worship, and nothing but glorifying witchcraft. Again, there is no defending this. Again, she finds an apple. This is the whole purpose of the story. And this is what it says. A glowing fruit, it seems to contain strong spiritual power. The same lie that was promoted in the Garden of Eden. The same nonsense. This is what they promote in video games. Yes, this game does not look the best. You can clearly see by the textures. It was created by a Chinese, basically, company. Graphics don't really bother me. They really don't. But this is the same nonsense. And basically, her companion like thing that it's like this bird that flies around. Basically tells her, no, don't eat it. And she does bite it. The reason I'm bringing this up, because it's the same thing in Final Fantasy. Crisis Core, it's the same thing. That apple that you've seen and that fruit, that basically character that is in the red cloak bites it, and then the main character that you play as says, "You've just ate my hair." Same thing with this. Basically, when she bites this apple, it's connected to basically this summon like angel, like it's called a divinity or divine. They call him a divine. That's what they call this guy that comes down from the spiritual realm. He basically leaves heaven, goes to what you would claim like hell in the underworld, tries to eliminate someone, fails, goes down to earth. And basically, the longer he's on earth, the longer basically he has like emotions, starts to have emotions of humans. But when she bites this apple, he ends up with a scar on his neck. This is the bird that was talking about. That bird basically tells her not to eat it. So again, seems to me like the Garden of Eden here. Basically, God clearly said, don't eat those apples. Because if you do, we all know what happened. Satan promoted the lie. This is the same thing that they promote in video games. That, oh, bite this apple. And through this game, these apples are used as a form of upgrading and healing and stuff like that. So once again, they clearly say right here, a glowing fruit, it seems to contain strong spiritual power. That's exactly the lie that was promoted in the Garden of Eden. Oh, you'll get spiritual power. You'll become like a god. That's exactly what Satan said to Adam and Eve. And it didn't happen, did it? They didn't live forever. If you're a god, you would live forever. Adam didn't live forever. He died. So Satan lied. Yes, he didn't die straight away. He spiritually died. Basically, that's what happened. And then he died eventually. Because that's the lie that they want to promote. That, oh, this apple gives you eternal life. No, it doesn't. Never has. Nonsense. God is the one that decides who gets eternal life, not a piece of fruit. All that really was is a test. God knew what was going to happen anyway. He knew what was going to happen. It was really just a test. People have got a choice. It was a test. As you can clearly see, temptation. And then she goes, why did I start to bite it? She basically realizes what she's done. Again, the same thing in the Garden of Eden. As soon as they ate the fruit, they realize what they've done. They realized that they noticed they were naked and all that. They realized what they had done, but it was too late. That's why they tried to hide from God, but they didn't get very far. So again, and then this guy basically they start discussing about it. What a pity if you don't eat it. And then again, notice the 666 hand sign again in these role playing fantasy games. It's witchcraft. It really is. And the reason I'm bringing this up with the Final Fantasy is because this is a role playing game, just like Final Fantasy is. So I thought it was fitting to include this. And there you go again, she's doing witchcraft. Oh, but this is good witchcraft in the game. She's healing people and she's setting entities free. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're using it for good, whatever. It still is what it is. It's like using black magic, getting black magic, and using it against Satan. It still is what it is. It still is what it is. It's witchcraft. But that's what they do these days. They justify it. And they've been brainwashing people for years. These are really what these symbols are that you throw out: the 666 hand sign, the devil horns, the Illuminati triangle, the list goes on. They're all witchcraft symbols and witchcraft hand signs. So if you want to, after this information, and after everybody knows what it means, if you continue to throw these hand signs up, then you are literally saying and showing an alliance to Satan willingly and basically saying F you to God. That's basically what you're saying. You're saying, I don't care that these hand signs are satanic. I'm going to continue to throw them up. Well, guess what? God's going to see that and be like, well, you're just showing an alliance to Satan then, aren't you? You have a choice. There's a reason they want you to keep throwing these hand signs up, because it's alliance to the beast. And it says in the Bible that anyone that worships the beast and his image won't get eternal life. Be cut off from God, cast off. So you should think in life what you are throwing up and what you say. Because even certain words can be witchcraft. They really can. I'm not on about English. I'm on about certain witchcraft sayings and that. Because we all know people do practice witchcraft. It's not a myth. People do practice witchcraft. It's a known thing. Voodoo and stuff like that. So yeah. This game, I've only played up to about chapter 15 now. That's how far I've got this game. And it's funny as well. There's 33 chapters in this game. Why? Why did it have to be 33? Again, what is 33? And if you don't believe me, I'll even show you. If you don't believe me. So it was called. Completely forgot what it was called now. I'm going to have to go get it. Just give me a second. That's what it's called. Sword and Fairy. Sword. Fairy. This is the game. Where is it? Did come out, but there is 33 in it and all that because I looked it up when I was playing the game to know how many chapters there was. Probably I'm gonna have to look it up that way. How many chapters are in well, it's not coming up. It did originally come up. You can see this chart. Let's just see. I'll just go to stupid site. How many is there? There you go. 33. This wouldn't come up. There's 33 chapters. And as you can see, this is what the story is about. The deity general sneaked into demon realm to assassinate the demoness and failed. He is now pursued by he run through a valley dodging rains of arrows. So again, he's what you would call an angel and try to destroy demons. But at the same time, he's using witchcraft. So yeah, you can see this is what it's about. The apple and all that. So I'm not making it up. Again, the divine fruit. All about the Garden of Eden. Found the game interesting because it's about the spiritual realm and all that, but it is promoting occult symbolism. Simple as that. Those hand signs mean what they mean. So yeah, they mean what they mean. But again, you call out role-playing games these days, people just cry and defend it because they've got an idolatry problem. They really have. Oh, how dare you say that about a game of love? Grow up. Like, you see it a lot today. If you say a game's trash, people just can't handle their opinion. They really can't handle their opinion. Like, oh, it's not trash. If someone said to me, oh, a game's trash, I'd say that's your opinion. Like, a lot of people get mad over me saying certain things are trash. It's just my opinion. People just need to grow up and stop being soft. They really do. That is how you know when somebody has got an idolatry problem towards video games. That if you can't handle somebody's opinion, you've got an idolatry problem to that franchise. It's as simple as that. A lot of games that I play, people are called trash. It's their opinion. It's literally their opinion. You don't get mad about it. It's a video game. But it is a massive problem now. People have got a massive idolatry problem towards video games. They defend it. A game gets bashed. Oh, how dare you say this franchise is trash? Can't accept opinions anymore. And exactly, they say it in your face, and yet people continuously say that there's no such thing as the New World Order, there's no such thing as the Illuminati. Yeah, they continuously keep mentioning it in games. Constantly. And this is what I mean, they can admit it in video games, they can admit it in TV shows, and yet these sheep basically won't wake up. That's why I say multiple times, I don't do this to convince people. I expose stuff. If people can't see it, that's their own problem and their choice. Not here to convince people, not here to do any of that. You've got a choice to make your own decision. You've been given the evidence. If you can't see it, then that's your problem. New World Order over and over, and average people don't want to realize it's not a coincidence. Exactly. But again, they can admit it right in your face, the New World Order, they're about doing a New World Order, and the masses will still ignore it. Because again, they're ignorant. Let's be real about the masses of today and the generation of today. What are they? The zombies. They literally are the zombies. They can't last 5 minutes without being on a mobile phone. The zombies. You take their mobile, they're always glued to a mobile phone. They've got serious issues. If you can't last 5 minutes without being on a mobile phone, then you've got a serious problem. You've really got a serious problem. I own a mobile phone, but it's not connected to the internet. I don't even use it. All I really got one for was basically to protect stuff. So yeah. So I just wanted to make this video because nobody really spots these stuff. Nobody does. I've been exposed in the game industry for a lot of years now. A lot of years. Nobody else is gonna do what I do. That is what is unique about my channel. You won't find a channel that does stuff like mine, that exposes the gaming industry as much as I do. You won't find it. That's why I like what I do. It's unique. It's not the same as everything else that people are doing. I expose a lot of stuff. So yeah, just wanted to make this video and prove and show to you that they're admitting it right in your face about the New World Order. They're literally admitting it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Again, still, whether I make a video about it, I have saw the comments about do a video about the VMAs. I'm working on it. Just when I decide to do it. I've already got most of the research. And it's going to obviously not be on here. Because again, I'm going to be saying stuff. And there's stuff that I brought up where certain artists were twerking. Obviously, it's going to be on BitChute. It's not going to be on here. So that's where the video will be. When I decide to make it, it'll be on BitChute, not here. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Later.